What's up? It's Trev.
And it's your girl, Lisa. And we're about to talk that real with y'all.
So get your snacks, your drinks.
Or tea.
And get ready.
Because we're not holding back.
But don't be mad at us.
It is what it is. Oh, y'all. Honestly.
It took like 12 tries for us to know that.
It took us so long. And it took us so long to start this podcast. Like...
I thought it was never gonna happen. Yeah. Ever.
Ever. Stop playing. Don't ever not have faith in me, okay?
Not you. It was I didn't have faith in technology.
How so?
Cause
it took me forever to learn how to set this all up, and then we got the backdrop, because we want to be professional, exactly. We want to make sure if we're gonna do something, we want to put our passion or everything,
like we gotta deliver like a quality product to y'all, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So just know that it takes a little bit longer for us, but like it's because we're gonna be like extra and all of that. All right,
and all of that
you know what, I feel like you be playing me, and at the end of the day you keep playing with me, we're gonna get a divorce.
You want to get a divorce? Is that what you want to do?
Look at his face.
You want to get a divorce?
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 I get the dog and the kids.
Yeah, right.
Bye.
You hear this? Do you hear this?
Bye.
That's the BS. That's never gonna happen.
What are you talking about?
And we're never gonna get a divorce.
What are you talking about?
Ever.
You just said you want a divorce.
I will never divorce you.
Ooh.
So at this point, all the shit he done put me through, please. So, speaking of divorce, hello. Can we
let's talk about it.
Talk about what?
Divorce.
What about it?
What do you think about it?
I just told you we're not getting a divorce.
No. You're talking about us.
Uh-huh.
Us. Like, you feeling that way about us, do you feel like that in regards to all divorce for everybody?
It really depends. So speaking of divorce, I was going to segue into our topic, which is Kanye.
Kanye
is no longer Kanye. What are you doing?
That's the violin.
Why?
Forget it.
Why?
Cause people, that's like the I'm so sorry, it's a wrap, it's over.
You're sad?
Sorrows. I'm really not sad.
Yeah, exactly. You don't care.
I don't care. They're rich.
What does that have to do with anything? So what? They're rich and they're famous, but they still have a heart and they still have problems. They're going through a lot of stuff right now. I feel really bad. And I actually really like Kim. I've grown very fond of Kim Kardashian.
Really?
West.
Okay.
Oh, I wonder if she's gonna drop the West now. She has to, right? Like.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she doesn't need it. She doesn't have to, but
she don't need it.
Yeah, but then it's like, so then all her kids are gonna be a West.
Oh well.
Except for her.
That's okay.
I feel like you're Team Kardashian.
But the thing is, isn't some of her like brand like KKW? Mm-hmm. Ooh, now what?
They're gonna rebrand it to KK.
That's corny.
KK.
That's corny.
That's like, I don't know
whack.
if she should do that.
Kind of whack.
Given the circumstance of the world right now.
Yo.
So Kim and Kanye have been together since 2008.
Really?
Let me see. I wrote it down. Oh no. They've been together since they got married in 2014.
Okay.
So
it couldn't have been 2008 because she was like married to like 7 different people.
Oh my God! Don't play Kimmy.
What? Did I say something wrong?
She was married to 3 people.
Okay.
I think including him.
3, 7 was the
Chris
difference.
Humphries, and then the manager guy, and now 3 and 7 is a big difference. Okay. Anyway, like I said, I've grown very fond of Miss Kim Kardashian. I'm not gonna say the West no more because they're going through a divorce.
But they're not divorced yet. She's still a West.
Well, I'm not gonna say it because I'm just not. She don't want it no more.
She's still a West.
She don't want it no more. So they've been married since 2014 and they are getting a divorce due to irreconcilable differences. What the fuck does that mean?
That means he's crazy and she can't take it no more.
That's exactly what it means. Honestly, I feel like that's the main reason.
That's exactly what it means.
Yeah. Honestly, he's been bugging since 2016.
You don't need a crystal ball to know that it's because Kanye has gone off the deep end.
Okay,
and I love Kanye.
So when
like,
you say
I love Kanye.
What do you love about him?
Kanye made some of the best music of my in my life, and like, you know that how what I don't
what?
What is Chill out. Let me think.
What?
Damn, let me think.
What?
Like, yeah, that like college dropout to right, like college dropout
graduation
to late registration, graduation. Like those three albums were just like, but there was no. I mean, like 808 and Heartbreak was really good. I think Life of Pablo was good. There was a couple
I'm not a
that were
album
like,
person.
I'm a huge album person.
Yeah, so you can talk about that.
But I mean, that's all. Like, I mean, I love Kanye. I think Kanye's is a musical genius.
I think, yeah, I agree. I think he's extremely talented when it comes to music.
Yeah, and I think even given like some of the craziness we see in the news about Kanye, I think as crazy as it sounds, I think his intentions are good. Mm-hmm. You know, like
I don't know about that.
I do. I think his intentions may be good, but he's just and we do know like I joke, but we know he suffers from he's bipolar in regards to just like him being a proud man to, you know, who knows what's going on behind the scenes, and like mental illness it's serious. It's a big thing. It's not a
joke. It is a big thing. Now, this is my thing, right? And no, like I said, like I'm a big Kim fan, you know, and that is because just recently I think she just matured so much. Like she even like the show, like I think once they were able to kind of get like a really good grasp on like producing their like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, they always started doing like a lot of charity, community service, and bringing awareness to certain issues. And that's when I started realizing like Kim is pretty humble. Like she's a diva, like whatever, she always had money, you know, like when you come from that, that's all you know. But she kept an open mind, and she definitely does charity work, and she, you know, I love you, Kim, okay? Like, I respect it, okay? I see what you're doing, girl. And even now, although everything she's doing with, like, jail reform...
Prison reform?
Is that what she's doing? She's trying to get people out of prison.
Yeah.
That don't...
Where, like, either... Is it wrongly accused?
Either wrongly accused, like, they say that they're not guilty, trying to get people off the death penalty. Even if
cases appealed.
Yeah, exactly that's like that. She worked hard to become a lawyer. Like, you don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? And like, she doesn't have to follow her dad's footsteps. And her dad went a different route, and she's going. You see what I'm saying? Like, Kim is just really putting in that work to show that she's a good person. Anyway, whatever. So like I said, I'm a really big fan of hers. But now my thing is like, when her and Kanye got together in the beginning, did she know that he suffered from these issues? Did she know that he had this bipolar disease? Is it a disease?
Disorder.
A disorder? I don't know what you call it. Don't judge me. But anyway, yeah. Did she know that? Because that's something that when you marry a person, you're committing to being there for them through thick and thin, no matter what.
Sickness and in health.
And she was.
Yeah.
And his friends was like, oh my God, Kim, I can't believe like you're so amazing, like you're here. And she was just like, what are you talking about? This is my husband. Of course I'm gonna be here. And she's a real person, right? I feel like she took her marriage seriously.
Okay.
But that's my whole thing. Like, did she know about his disorder prior to getting married? Because then if she did, it's like, did you think that it was going to get this bad? Did you not realize it? Did you not know? Did it just get that bad that you're just like, man, I thought I could do it, and I can't do it anymore? Like,
yeah. I mean, I think I feel like it would have been something that was talked about and known between the two of them. I don't know why I feel that way. I don't have any evidence to support that. I just feel like, you know, I think Kanye would have divulged that information to her.
When did the world find out that Kanye was bipolar?
I think it was,
because I personally feel like being a celebrity, especially like how celebrities have just grown to be part of people's house, like their homes. Like people love celebrities. Like people think that they are related to them, friends with them, like they know them personally just by like reading information about them. So I feel like there's nothing that we wouldn't have found out very early. So when did the public know? Because I feel like I didn't know until he was with Kim.
I didn't know until that either.
What if he was not ever diagnosed?
Maybe. Who knows? Like that. I mean, all very good questions.
And even then, if he wasn't even diagnosed, right, and then he got diagnosed while he was with Kim, then it's like, is that where she's just like, damn, like I don't really know if I could do this. Like,
yeah, I don't know because I think it'd be interesting to talk to people close to Kanye.
Yeah.
Before they got together, was there any type of red flags? Does this like say, oh well, you know what, he's bipolar? I can see that now. Like things start to make sense, right? Like I can start to connect some dots. Who knows? But the unfortunate thing is that it's a very serious problem, and I wonder if things also got bad as a result of his mom passing. I think there's a lot
for
of
sure,
right. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of. There were times people said like Kanye, like that really shook him up, and he's never been the same since. And I mean, I've never lost a parent, but I couldn't imagine what that feels like, and I'm pretty sure like it would change me forever too.
Yeah,
you know, but you know it like I said, it could be a multitude of things. I'm not saying that his disorder is the only reason. And when I like I said before, when I say Kanye is lost his mind, I say that jokingly, but you know, I mean, it gets to a point too. There's only so much another person can take.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing, right? So, a few years ago, I do think it was when he lost his mom, honestly, because I don't remember being so. I don't remember Kanye being this way. Like he went off the deep end, man. Like it was just like a point where it was like bam, 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 bam.
Yeah,
like
one thing after another. Yeah,
it was crazy. Like he wrote a song and he was talking about like smashing her sisters, and like I don't know if she was like cool with that. I feel like she never spoke about that. I didn't hear anything about that in the media, but that would piss me off, you know, and I feel like that would piss anybody off. Yeah. Unless they thought it was funny, because the Kardashians are kind of like, I don't know, they just don't care. I feel like when it comes to like sexy stuff, like they don't care, you know, around each other anyway. Yeah. But I mean, for me, that was like, okay, what's going on with him? And then he said a lot of things about like their family, about Chris, like he said a lot of things. And then that whole thing with Taylor Swift happened, and Kim was always backed him. And like, even if she disagreed with him, she still backed him because that was her husband. Like I said, she's grown, mature ass woman, defending her man, but also admitting when he's wrong and not taking his side necessarily, but still trying to protect him. So I give her kudos for that. But I can't imagine like just one thing after another, over and over and over and over again. Like that has to take a toll on her.
Yeah, and I think too, like you also have to, yeah. I mean,
4 kids.
You consider a lot of the things that he said too, like you know, his political views on racism, and right, like
that's right, what I was trying to get at.
The whole like racism, like slavery was a choice thing, like you know.
And Kim has made it very clear, like especially when he was going through that whole like I support Donald Trump. Kim made it very clear, like me and my husband have different political views. Yeah. And like, yo, not for nothing, like Kim took she took his black card. Like,
I mean,
oh, you're not fun. It wasn't funny. That wasn't a joke.
Nah, okay. It's because it's unfortunate. It's sad.
Yeah, it is.
You know, like you don't want anybody to get divorced. You don't want to hear that. Absolutely. Like, you know, there's 4 kids here, and you know, like they got a ton of like they're still people. They got a ton of fans, family. Yeah. You know, friends that want to see them together, see them happy, see this thing work, and whatever happened, we got to a point where one or both parties feel they can't do it anymore.
Yeah. Speaking of kids, so Kim has also reportedly requested that the ability to award spousal support by either herself or West be terminated. So I guess they had that in like a prenuptial agreement, and she wants to have joint legal custody of her kids with him.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, Kim's very mature. She's a very mature young lady.
But it's also nice when each party has their own. You know what I'm saying?
Because, yeah, he can... Yeah.
He don't need her. She don't need him.
Yeah. I mean, which is crazy. Well, at one point, he needed her. First of all, when they first got together, I think she needed him. Because there was this whole big thing about her wanting to be like a super fashionista. Like, she was really into fashion. And she was never invited to the Met Gala. So he was invited. And they was together. He went by himself one year. Then the next year he brought Kim as his plus one, and that's when she was pregnant, and she was like considered a couch or whatever, because like she wore like that flower outfit or whatever, and people were making fun of her. Which she loves that outfit still. She says she likes it.
I forgot about that. She should wear it just not pregnant.
I'm not fond of that outfit.
I don't even know. I can't even remember what it looks like. But.
It's just literally like it looks like a curtain or like a grandma's couch, like just flowers, and like it turns into, it's like a full on turtleneck dress that turns into gloves, like full body. It's not that cute.
Was it supposed to be like form flattering? Because she was pregnant?
She was pregnant. I don't know. I don't really remember anything like that. But
anyway.
Kim like done stepped it up 1,000 times. Okay. But anyway, so then that's when she went as his plus one. And then I guess that year she just started doing a lot of covers and a lot of like high fashion magazines and stuff. And then the next year she got invited, and I don't know if he didn't get invited, but like he didn't go or something like that. And it was like after that, I feel like that's when like her fashion career like really, really took off. And then remember there was that whole thing where like Kanye was bankrupt. You don't remember? And it was like he don't be up in the celebrity gossip like that, okay? And I don't even either, but like it's just be coming across my timeline. You know what I'm saying? Like I just be knowing shit. Okay,
you really gonna sit here and say you don't really be up in it?
No, I don't. I just follow the Shade Room. Everybody follows the Shade Room. That's it. I don't be in it like that.
Nah, you be knowing stuff.
Because I follow the Shade Room.
Because you follow the Shade Room, and then you go down the rabbit hole of what is going on.
And not all the time, all right?
Like 97% of the time.
So, like I was saying, then there was this point in time where Kanye was broke, and somebody was like making fun of him, and she went on Twitter, and Kim was like, or they were saying talking mad shit or whatever about her or him or whatever, and she was like, excuse me while I transfer however many million into my husband's bank account. Like she hooked him up, like, you know. And then I don't know, his Yeezy thing just went out of control. He gave her stocks of Yeezy. I mean, they got it. Like they are stupid rich, like stupid rich.
It's just kind of disgusting.
It is kind of disgusting. So I would really like to know how they would divide their assets, just because, okay, I'm nosy, like whatever. Yeah, they both got it. Both sides got it. They don't, at this point, need each other. At one point, they did. And that's the thing that I see online as well. A lot of people are like, oh, you know, she just used him. She got what she wanted from him. She makes very strategic moves. And I'm like, I don't think that. She has 4 kids by him.
Yeah, I mean,
when kids come into play, like in the beginning, I think some women, they fucked up, yo. Like they dead ass, like they'll have kids with somebody just to stay with the man or just to try to get money. But I think after the first one, and like, you know, that level of love that you have for your kid, like, why would you just randomly have kids, like,
and yeah, to do it 3 more times
for money or like just for like clout or whatever.
Because the thing is, like, after like North got here, and they was like at this point they were on their way to being straight. You know what I mean?
They were good.
Like there was no, if that was the catalyst, like there was no need to keep having kids. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, so I don't believe that at all.
Yeah, I think she really loved him, and I think she really loves him in general. Like I think she still loves him, and she still wants the best for him. But I think there is that breaking point that she just can't take it anymore. And
but like we sitting here saying it's her, right? Like,
Well, she filed.
Well, regardless, I think like I feel like to some extent, Kanye probably is okay with it.
Yeah,
right. Like I mean, if he speaks so openly about her family, and issues that he has, it's like things. You kind of want. It seems like
he's ready.
You're ready to cut ties with the Kardashian family. You know what I mean? The only ties you need are your kids. So
yeah, and just to bring it back, like when it comes to divorce, like I can't imagine. Like it's so hard because like look, like we live together, we're married, we have 1 kid plus 1 coming. Can you imagine?
No.
Getting a divorce at this point and then like trying to figure out who's the kid's gonna live with, how are they gonna see him, how are they gonna see me, like how are we gonna do this joint parenting thing? Like
I don't know anybody that's able to pull that off, kudos to you, because it sounds absolutely terrible.
I don't know, like
I couldn't imagine not being able to see my kids when I want to see my kids.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Well, they can probably see their kids when they want to see them.
That's in this particular circumstance.
Yeah.
Right, but like all divorces aren't like that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Right, they get pretty nasty. Mm-hmm. Pretty nasty.
Yeah. So when it comes to divorce, do you agree with divorce, or what? Like, what is your stance on divorce? Period. I don't even know.
No, I think divorce should be a thing. Mm-hmm. I think it needs to be a last resort. I don't think it needs to be I think when you've exhausted all options, because I think you owe it to yourself, your marriage. If you have kids, you owe it to your kids.
This is really interesting, guys, because we're married, right?
Yeah, I think you do. And when I say that, you also have to be realistic. You know, like I applaud anyone that feels like, depending on what happens, I applaud anyone that feels like it's not gonna work. And for let's say a person cheats and their spouse wants out as a result, but yet spouse continues to try. They go to they talk to friends, they go to counseling, they do whatever to try to make it work. But for whatever reason, it doesn't. It is what it is. Like, how can you really be mad at that? Mm-hmm. I think that's respectable, but you gotta, if you've tried. I tried. This isn't working. I can't get past it. I can't move past it. We just gotta separate. Because if you what's the point of staying together if you're not really gonna be happy? Mm-hmm. Right? You figure it out. Unfortunately, if you've got kids, that's another hurdle you're gonna have to clear. But I think in the long run, it's just gonna serve all parties better than people trying to stay together and fake the funk like they're actually happy. Mm-hmm. I think it's just gonna do more harm than good. Yeah,
I mean, I think divorce is it should be a thing as well, because I don't know. I think it really depends on the circumstance and what you want from your marriage as well.
Right.
Because people can be married, people can be friends and be married, be partners, and be married and not necessarily have love life, you know what I mean? Romantic, mm-hmm. And just be friends and making a family work. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't know. I think it just depends. But and there's a lot of things. There's the cheating, and then there's addiction, and then there's what?
There's money.
Money, that's addiction, gambling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons that I think people can or should get divorced.
Shoot, there's family.
What?
Family, people, your spouse's family or whatever. I just think there's I
mean, but that to me, I feel like that's something that should have been taken care of before you even got married.
But it happens. Mm-hmm. where it doesn't. People still they try to convince themselves they can put up with it. And once again, it's just one of those things that I think can possibly take its toll on you.
I personally think marriage is overrated though. You don't have married is marriage, it's a paper.
How much does it change? Anything?
Exactly. It doesn't really. Well, no. Okay. I still think marriage is just a piece of paper, but it does change things sometimes because it'll make some people try harder than in a relationship. Like for me, like in a relationship, it's like, what are we really doing? We're not contributing so much into our relationship, so I'm just gonna peace out because you're not giving me what I want. But when it comes to marriage, we're married, we have a lot more invested, our family ties, now blood ties, you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm not so ready to just up and leave, especially, you know, when you invest so much of yourself, like not just your heart, like your literally life and soul. So, you know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Yeah, it's
so,
everything.
I mean, that's where I think it becomes a difference because, you know, you do a little bit more when you're married to somebody, like you trust them more in a sense of like security for your heart and soul and family and stuff like that. Like not necessarily like financially or like just, you know, trust for cheating or whatever, like, but you trust them more to like protect you. You know, I know what I'm saying. Okay, I know what I'm saying. That's what I meant to say.
Okay. No, I mean, that's how you
do you
feel.
Understand what I'm saying?
I
Right?
do.
Okay.
I do.
I hope y'all understand what I'm saying because yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, just like you said, like it's all about circumstances, and you know, I also do agree. You give up a big part of yourself when you get married, right? Like you say that like there's like I've spent however much time really just as an individual living life essentially for me. And now, you know, that me becomes a we, and like it's legal if you're super religious, like that's before God, you know, and your families, and you're sitting there saying like this is it for the rest of my life, you know, this person.
Well, it's supposed to be,
you know, but like this person has essentially become my life, and when it's just crazy that things happen and you get to a point where you no longer feel that way, you know. I don't know.
Like
it
that,
just blows
like
my
that
mind.
makes me sad.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
makes me sad. Although I can totally understand it and see it and get it, but like that is so difficult. So I can't imagine what Kim is going through. I feel so bad for you, Kimmy. Yeah. I feel bad for you too, Kanye, and I hope that this doesn't actually make Kanye go off the deep end again.
I mean, yeah, but what I will say is this, like, with respect to divorce, I have respect for people that have found ways to do it pretty peacefully, because there's some horror stories like divorce gets really ugly, divorce can be pretty smooth.
I think it depends on the, like, I feel like it depends on like how your relationship is, but then you're right, because there are people that's like, oh, I would never expect him to do this, I would never think that he would do this, or I would never think that she would do this, I would never think that she'll try to do this or whatever. So like it's so funny because like if we was to get divorced, I feel like it would be extremely peaceful, because I think we're both level-headed, level-minded, we are mature, and we essentially would want the best no matter what for one another.
Oh yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
So, but then there's a point where it's like, I don't know, what if one of us did something really, really messed up to the other person, where it's like, it's unforgivable. I hate you. I actually hate you. And in that way, I'm going to be spiteful now. Or like I want some type of revenge. Like I think that, I mean, I feel like I would never be like that.
I don't think so either. And this is why. Like, had we not had kids, I don't know if I could say that. And that's me being 100% honest.
With you or with me?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? Like, who would be the spiteful one?
Me.
Really?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, but when I say that, I mean, like, it'd be harder for me to say, like, no, there's no way I'd be spiteful. I don't know. But having kids, I'm 100% sure that I wouldn't be. That's what I'm saying. You know, like, it's a lot easier for me to say that I think I can handle divorce a lot more civilly than had we not had children. Mm-hmm. Right? Because like Boobie and Baby Saint 2 are everything. Like everything. I don't want them to suffer. I don't need something that's already hard on a family, for a family, to be made worse, to be made uglier.
But then, so now, since we're talking about the kids again, this is where it can get real crazy, and this is where people have the biggest issue, because if they both want custody, like full custody, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Because that's where I can understand where people get spiteful. A lot of Amber Alerts are usually parents stealing their own kids, because the other parent won't let them see them, and that is so fucking sad, yo. That is so sad.
That's disgusting to me.
Like it's so sad. And what's disgusting to you? I feel like it's disgusting that a parent feels like they have to do that. That they have to. That's the part it's disgusting, that the other parent won't let their child see their father or their mother or whatever.
And if and I do understand that there's situations where it may not be appropriate for a parent to be around a kid. You know, like let's say the circumstance is addiction. Mm-hmm. And one of the parents' lifestyle is really, really not appropriate for a kid. Yeah. Then understandable. Yeah. But if that's not the case, and you're just like preventing, just being petty. Like
some people just petty. I don't like his new girlfriend. I don't like her new man.
Yeah, I don't want them around my kid. Blah 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 blah. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah. I can't even. It's giving me it's making me so mad, because I just feel bad, and the amount of love that we have for our daughter right now, and our daughter coming, is just I can burst.
I'll start crying on camera right now.
Yeah, we love them so much. So it's so unfortunate, and it really breaks my heart to see or hear or know of stories where parents can't just even be around their kid, Yeah.
And it just eats them away, eats away at them. Yeah. I personally couldn't imagine not seeing my child.
I could never not see my child.
You get them every other weekend. Could you? What?
No, it's not. Never, ever. Cannot do that. No.
I'm the fastest thing on the highway trying to get home.
Yeah. So obviously you can tell we are super family oriented, but since we're talking about divorce and family and all of that stuff and being petty, prenups.
I don't got nothing.
I know, because we don't have a prenup.
I don't have nothing.
We didn't do a prenup.
Nope. I love you.
You love me. What does that mean?
I love you.
What does that have to do with anything? I'm coming after all his money if we ever get divorced, y'all. Right now, I'm looking at the camera.
You know what half a zero is?
A prenup. But a prenup doesn't necessarily mean you get half. You know that, right?
Whatever. But no, I know that. But I'm just saying.
Okay.
You know what?
We can still have a marriage contract.
Okay, but you know what 4% of 2%?
What?
10% of zero is?
You got money. Don't even front. Stop it.
What?
I'm coming after all his money.
What money I got?
So you don't think they're necessary? They're necessary in certain circumstances, Kanye, celebrities, people that are rich.
Oh yeah.
What about these basketball players that marry?
Oh yeah.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's why they have the babies. It's you can't fight that.
Nah, you can't. Sorry, you stuck. But
that's crazy.
It is. What? It's just a way around it, right? No, don't worry about the prenup.
We don't have a prenup. It's fine. I'll have your kids.
I'm gonna pop out 3, 4, 5 of these little things.
And that makes me so sick, yo. Like I said earlier, damn.
Hey, I know with a show like Basketball Wives.
Why you gonna have? They don't all do that. They're not like that.
That's how you end up with a show like Basketball Wives.
Shut up. They're not all like that.
I said it. So what?
So what?
They're not all like that.
They're not all like that.
How you know? You know them
because
personally?
They're not all like that.
You know them personally?
Some people, but it's just a woman thing. Some people, if you get pregnant, it's okay, I don't want to I'm ready to have my baby. Like, I'm not going to get an abortion because I don't believe in it. Like, there's a lot of different things. What?
I ain't say nothing.
What?
I ain't say nothing.
Man, anyway.
So, prenups. Totally appropriate. I don't have no problem with people getting a prenup. I feel like prenups is... You do what you got to do. I didn't feel like it's necessary. I didn't even like...
We didn't talk about it at all.
It wasn't even a thought.
I should have had a prenup from you.
Because if either of us is going to be rich, it's going to be her.
You're not getting half my money.
That's what you think.
Wait, hold on.
Britney Spears, Kevin Federline.
Protects, right? So we're going to have a marriage contract. That's
I'm not signing it.
Yes, you are.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, you are.
Nope.
Yes, you are.
I don't have to sign it. Nope.
You keep playing with me.
You keep playing with me.
You're not getting half.
No more wine for you, because you over here talking some nonsense.
Whatever. Don't. It's my one glass, guys. Okay, don't fucking judge me. Fuck. Over here, fucking throwing me under the bus here.
What are you talking about? You trying to make me sign some type of imaginary contract?
You just Kevin Federline.
I have a percentage to the assets and everything that you don't currently have.
Whatever. You know what? Get off. Go to bed. He's so annoying.
You played yourself.
No, you played yourself.
I did play myself.
Because when I get that money.
That's why I said that. I just played myself.
Exactly. Whatever.
Like, baby, let me hold something. You be like, remember that time you said on camera?
This guy, save me, please. This is what I deal with.
What? But you're not gonna divorce me, so you're gonna sit here and listen to everything I gotta say.
You want to know why I'm not gonna divorce you? You want to know why? Because I ain't trying to split nothing. If we married, I don't gotta split nothing.
Perfect.
Woo! All right. What else do I have on this list here? Oh, I have all of these celebrities.
So, let's continue the prenup talk. I like prenup talk. It's funny. It's funny. So, let's talk about good example.
I see.
Dr. Dre and his wife.
What about them?
They're getting divorced.
Now, recently.
Currently going through filed for divorce. Same thing, irreconcilable differences. Mm-hmm. They've been married 25 years or something like that.
Oh, that's hard, yo.
Yeah. She's saying they originally did not have a prenup or developed a prenup. Mm-hmm. He forced her to sign it. Mm-hmm. And then later on, saying that he said it was a bad idea, ripped it up. So now she wants more money, but while they're going through all these proceedings, he's giving her $2 million a month to live.
Damn, how much does he make?
Well, he's like a billionaire. I think he's worth $1 billion. So
this Dr. Dre?
Yeah, I think he's
Hey, Dr. Dre.
Yo, that's right. Go ahead.
Hey.
Yup.
Hey, you can marry him with us.
No, he can marry you. He could marry you.
He's giving her $2 million, you said?
$2 million a month. He agreed to
and
temporary
she wants
support.
More than that.
Yeah, because what she's saying is she's got rights to his stage name, The Chronic, which is kind of crazy because he came up with that before they got married.
See, who said that? He said that.
No, it's like a thing. When his album,
but were they dating?
But when it's I don't know, because she was married before.
Uh-huh.
She was married before and then got divorced.
Well, how old is he?
I don't know how old Dr. Dre is. 50 something.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah. So his first album, The Chronic, that was before they even got married. So he's saying what is she even talking about? This was me before her.
Yeah.
But she's saying, nope, I've got rights to that too because I helped spawn the monster that is Dr. Dre.
That's the thing. So like I said, like for me, like it doesn't even matter if you have a prenup or not, because there's always ways to get around it. You can say somebody forced you. You can say it was ripped up. You can say show me the actual document. Where is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you don't have it,
well, check this out.
What?
He's now saying that like he's ready to subpoena everybody that was at their wedding, and like all their friends, all her friends, and say like, did I actually force her to sign this thing?
Do it. I do it because that's fucked up, and not for. And I
think she doesn't want that.
Yeah, but like the thing is like, you know what kills me about rich people, and like this is like, you know, now I'm going on a
they're people too.
Tangent here. It's not that. Like my thing is, hold on, is the fact that like you're like, what the fuck do you need more than $2 million a month for? What exactly do you need more than $2 million a month for?
She said she was also. I think I read that she was like she was also saying that she needed more, and because her security was like 1.5 million. I don't even know who this woman is.
She has high security like that?
Exactly. No chance. And the judge was like, "Nah, son, you're dead. No chance." So judge killed that noise real quick. But that's my whole point. It's like, how do you just come up with one like that's you asked for that? Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't know who she is.
She probably has somebody who like went through a lot of stuff and was like, oh, we can pull money for this, we can pull money for that, we can pull money for this, we can pull money for that. But I just like, it sucks that money is like, it's so powerful and it makes people so greedy to that extent.
Because
like, you're not doing anything and you're getting this money for the rest of your life. Like, bro, really?
And I've tried to sit there and think about like what it's like for the person that's not the breadwinner, you know? And I'm like, okay, well, is it like in all actuality, what are you holding on to?
No.
Right? Like, is it I need all this to continue a quality of life that I've had for so long?
Or so that's is it the part that I understand.
But is that quality of life what you really need to be comfortable? Because $2 million a month makes you very comfortable.
Yeah, no,
right?
You don't need that amount.
But like a ridiculous fraction of $940 million empire, you don't need.
No, exactly. You want. So I agree in this situation for sure. But when you live this lifestyle, you get accustomed to it. You're used to living in that manner, right? So I understand when somebody's like, listen, I need to continue my lifestyle. Like, it's not fair because we're getting a divorce that I can't live like this anymore, and they still get to go on and they still get to live their life. And you know, like, cause it's heartbreaking and like you're going through emotional roller coaster. It's a lot of stuff, and you're like essentially starting over. And we don't know what some of these spouses gave up for the other spouse.
Fair.
You know, so they could have given up their fucking dream that would have made them millionaires, but they didn't do it because they catered to their wife or their husband or whatever. So I understand where they need to keep up this quality. And I understand even wanting to be above a level of comfort. But there's a certain level that becomes excessive. And I think over 2 million, like, that's excessive. Like, nobody needs more than, you don't even need it. Like, even if you have it, like, you don't
a month?
Need it. You don't need it.
$24 million a year?
You don't need it. That means
to sit around.
Yeah, their house is. I'm pretty sure her house is paid off. I'm pretty sure her car is paid off. Like, okay, her insurance and whatever, her taxes, stuff like that. I get food. I get, but like,
24 million.
What do you really need that for?
24 million.
Yeah, like, that's kind of crazy. Then again, we don't know the ins and outs of her life and his life and their relationship. So, like,
if she don't want it, I'll take it.
This is where it is what it is. Like, girl, like, shit, whatever. Like, I think it's excessive, but I'm not you. So I don't know, you know. And then there's also the toll of emotional trauma. Like, we don't know what they went through in their life.
True.
Like, what if he used to physically abuse her? I'm not saying he did. Do not twist my words. But what if he emotionally abused her? What if, you know, she went through depression, like through something he did or what? We don't know. And like, then there's that emotional support money. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's just so many different things that like you can come up with.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of
crazy, like,
though.
And I wonder if too, but also, you know what? Who makes it really ugly in divorce? Lawyers.
Oh yeah,
lawyers make stuff worse, right? Lawyers
like,
make it worse, and it's like, but like, divorce lawyer, it's like side A's lawyer, side B's lawyer, probably know each other and say, "Yo,
yeah,
how much can we get out of these two?" Mm-hmm. Right? Like, let's just make this as nasty as possible.
That could happen too,
right? Like it does happen. I'm positive it happens.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But if they're if they're combing through his expenses and his assets and everything, they're like $2 million, but like that's all you think you can get. You can get so much more.
Yeah, it's really sucks because like you don't know, like you're not there, like so you don't know, like you don't really know the ins and outs. Only they know the ins and outs of their relationship and what they're telling you.
Yeah,
you know, like they can tell you something that's completely different than their actual relationship. Like he could have honestly did everything solo by himself, no help from her, all his own money, and she's just demanding a portion of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's not fair. You know, like just because you was with him, like, okay, he was working long nights, but people work. Like
now, here's my other question though. If, like you said, she may have had her own dreams, her own aspirations. We don't know when certain things happen. You know, like what if a particular circumstance or reason why things went the way they went for her maybe is because, let's say, she got pregnant, right? And Dre's life kept going. She became a mom. Yeah. Right? Like, she's mom. And as you know, mom is, you never stop being mom.
Once you become mom, is,
you know, especially if it's a situation where dad has to leave and go somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and you're at home, it's like, you give up part of yourself. Now it's like, there's part of yourself you gave up for your husband.
Yeah.
Now I have a kid. Now I have 2 kids.
Yeah.
Now I have 3. I think they have like 4 kids or something like that. You know, it's like, it just continues. And now it's like,
exactly.
Yo, man, like you became this. I had 4 of your kids, right? Like, and I gave you 4 beautiful, healthy kids or something like that, right? Like, does that I'm pretty sure that plays a part.
I mean, well, I think it also depends. See, at this point, it depends for me. Like, if I was in her position, I would feel like, okay, I'm entitled to a certain amount of money. All right, period. Because of what I feel like I gave up and I contributed to this marriage and I contributed to his lifestyle and all of that. I also feel like my kids should get their own money. Because, like, that's the thing that bothers me. Like, personally, as a mother and as a woman, I cannot stand, like, if somebody gives me $20 and like, oh, this is for your daughter, that shit is going to my fucking daughter. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way around it. Like, I can't stand when moms use that card, like, oh, this money needs to go to my kid, but yet they're buying Gucci bags and taking vacations with their girls and shit. And like, I cannot stand that. Like, you're fucked up. You're fucked up.
I
like,
want
you're
X amount of dollars in child support. How much does it really cost to take care of your kid and make sure your kids get money?
Exactly. And itemized child support. Like, let me know how much is for you and for the kid. Okay. Yeah. Like, I don't mind. I mean, if I was a dude, I wouldn't mind paying it. Like, because the thing is, I mean, that's still your child's mom. So don't you want her to live a decent life so she can take care and provide a happy, comfortable life for your child? And when I say happy, I'm talking about emotionally, because if they are unhappy, they're not going to provide any stability for your child, right? So anyway, so that's where I feel like that's where the line should be drawn. If they have 4 kids, then okay, she's getting $2 million a month. Now how much are my kids getting? Because my kids need money as well. And I mean, it's a lot. Like, yeah, it's a lot. It depends on how, like I said, it depends on how old their kids are, because if their kids are young and she's not, with the amount of money they have, she can't afford a nanny. But if she's not able to, when it comes to being a single parent, right? A lot of people forget that single parents give up much more than, like, just finances, like they also give up their freedom. So like I can't, if it was just me and Tony, I can't go every weekend and have fun and go out. Yeah. Like I have to find a babysitter. I have to pay a babysitter. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I have to feed these people, like feed my child. Like there's send back to school supplies and the programs that she needs to be in and stuff like that. There's a lot of other things that go into it. So I don't know. It's a lot that needs to be taken into account. So I think when people start talking about other people's marriages, like especially these celebrity ones, mm-hmm. like if you're not going to discuss like the itemization, like where is the money going and like how they're, you know, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Like you get me going, don't get me going.
I mean, but like I said, it's real stuff. It happens, you know, like, and just we're using like famous people as an example, but it happens to, don't matter how much money you make.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's the part that is like, it sucks because like when you have, like when you decide to have a child with somebody and you're doing joint custody or whatever, from the beginning, if you have certain lines established, cool. But when you guys decide to do it together and then you have to split up, that's where a lot of people forget what the person, so even though that person wants full custody, mm-hmm. they're giving up so much. They're giving up a lot, you know? Anyway.
But that being said, you also don't have to.
You have to. What do you mean?
No. Like, if that's the case, it's like you give up a lot, and it's also but you give up a lot, and it seems like you want to be compensated for the sacrifice. But if I'm telling you, you don't have to sacrifice all that, right? Like we can do joint custody. You don't need full. It's like
it's not right? Being compensated for the sacrifice. It's being compensated for the work that you put in. It's completely different. If you're working a job and you're saying like, hey, I want you to pay me for my freedom, like pay me because I'm not able to live my best life because I'm here 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. No, you're paying me because I'm here 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. You're not paying me because I'm not here 9 to 5 Monday through Friday.
No. But what I'm saying is that if you and I
know what you're saying. I don't think you understood what I'm saying.
I didn't really. That, like, I don't know. That didn't work for me. But I just feel like if you give, it's understood that a person that takes on full custody mm-hmm. is giving up quite a bit, mm-hmm. right? Because like if you've got two parents in a household, each one can, you know, hey, I'm going out with the guys on Saturday, cool. I'm going out with the girls on Sunday, cool, not a problem, right? But like when y'all split and now mom is the sole, you know, got sole custody,
yes,
and she wants to go out with her homegirls now,
mm-hmm.
yes, you got to hire a nanny, you got to, or whatever, you got to do so many things just to be able to have a little bit of time to yourself. Mm-hmm. And I get that. But if it's a situation where you just want full custody just because you want full custody.
So if you have the kids Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and I have the kids Monday to Friday, well, Sunday to Friday, and something comes up or I need to go to an event on Monday or Tuesday.
But what happens if it's the other way around though? What if the kids are with me and something comes up and you can't?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I think like at the end of the day, I think like once it's still a situation
to working together.
Yeah. I still think that's the better option.
What's the difference between full custody then?
I think full custody is like they're with me. You get a whole lot less days. You get to see them 2 weekends out of a month type deal.
I think that depends on... I think full custody just means that I'm fully responsible for the children. Like, I think... So, like, that's what that means. Like, I'm fully responsible. You can have designated days as well. But if there comes a point where I need to... I don't know, for example, take them out the country. If you have joint custody, I need your signature and your permission to take our child out the country. But if I have full custody, I don't need that. So it's other...
See?
Yeah, what?
And at the end of the day,
but there's other things that are involved with full custody, not necessarily like just seeing the kids or whatever. And like,
but still, like going back to it just being purely financial, I think like if you're gonna sit there and say like I need to be compensated, like I don't think that's a reasonable request.
I disagree. I mean,
I don't think so. Like if you can, because it's like you're saying like you have to. I'm gonna take on full custody. I'm going to make all the decisions for the kids. You've got to pay me because of it, and I'm like, but I'm fully capable of joint custody.
But you're not paying me. You're paying.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not paying me. You're giving me the money to take care of my child.
But it doesn't always work that way.
And you're not giving me 100%. It doesn't always work that way because of the people. But that's not. But legally, that's how it's supposed to work. So legally, that's how it should work. When you're getting money because you have full custody of a child. Okay. And the sperm donor, or I guess all the way around, which is not usually the case, but the sperm donor doesn't have full custody or whatever. Like whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? Like you are essentially helping to take care of the child. Like it's not going in my pocket. That's not how it's supposed to go. Listen, and you can sit here and say no, but like that's literally like, come on, like What?
Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
When you get your, I don't know, like your freaking stimulus check, that's supposed to go toward your rent and food and shit, but people are fucking buying vacations in Gucci bags. All right, legally it's not supposed to go to that, right? Like legally it should be for essential living. Same thing when it comes to the kids and money and custody.
But what I'm saying is if it's a situation where you sit there and say, this is how much it costs to take care of the kids, right? Like, I think that's fine. I think that's where you draw the line. When it comes to like a person saying, this is like, I need to be compensated for what I'm giving up.
But you're not, no. If I need to go out and I need to hire a nanny, that's not compensating me for giving up anything. That's compensating the nanny for taking care of the kid. Okay.
So you made it seem like it was like the person gives up so much of themselves, so that needs to be taken into account also.
I mean, I think.
You know, and like, and the way that sounded to me was like, well, it's kind of like a pain and suffering type thing. Like, well, like. It's like a cost.
It needs
it's like
to be taken into account for the money for the child, not like to the parent.
Write down. It's like you gotta factor that into the cost, but it's not something that can go on an itemization sheet.
That is correct. I agree.
See that I don't know about because like that, I mean, because if you can say it can, because if it's like
it can go on the sheet,
nanny cost, you know, daycare, whatever, like that's stuff that can go on.
Yeah, it can go on.
But like I said, for just me because of any inconvenience I might suffer as a result of having full custody, I need to be that needs to be factored in too, and I don't think that makes sense.
I think it makes sense, and I don't think it should be called an inconvenience. Number one. Number two, it would be considered something like emergency money, an emergency fund, something like that. Mm-hmm. Because you don't know how much you would need in emergency. Like if you have to go to work last minute, you need to hire a nanny, or like you do need a day out with your girl, so you're gonna go fucking crazy. You need to hire a nanny, and that cost is gonna come up. So that's not necessarily an amount that's going to be charged like itemized, but it should be some type of amount there to cover instances like that.
At the end of the day,
you disagree with me?
I 100% disagree.
I 1000% disagree with you.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm looking at you different.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
What? Yeah. I think like if it's about the kids, gotta stay about the kids.
It'll stay about the kids. That money is for the kids. That money goes to take care of the kids. That money is essentially for the kids.
Hey, we can disagree to disagree.
I don't like you. You sleeping in the couch tonight.
I'm definitely not.
Guys, we can go on and on. Clearly, we have differences in this opinion. So we're going to end it here because I know we've been talking a long time. All right. And at the end of the day, we're going to agree to disagree because it is what it is.
You're right.
Guys, this is our new podcast channel. We will be making videos like this and talking to you guys about, some celebrity gossip, a lot of stuff that's going on in the world, just our opinions and views on different things. We can give you our unsolicited advice as well. You know how we do.
What she said.
He's so like, God, oh my God. Anyway, guys, please.
She told me I'm sleeping on the couch. Like, I feel some kind of way. I want full custody.
Yeah, don't even play it. Now you really sleeping on the couch, okay?
I'm gonna go sleep in Booby's room.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, do that. Yep. Do that while you can now, because you ain't getting full custody. Like this video, share with your friends. You can also catch us on. Well, I'm going to try to put our podcast on Apple and Spotify as well. So if you want to listen there, you can do that while you're on the go, driving around, whatever you need to do. And make sure you subscribe to our channel, turn our post notifications on. Let us know if there's any topic that you want us to talk about, and check out our other channels.
Yes, thank you.
We have 2 family channels, one with pranks and challenges, and one with our beautiful family. It's Vlog and Life. And I have my own channel for my girlies, okay?
That's right.
So,
and last but not least,
follow
us on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
At
It's the Saints.
Yeah.
Guys, we will see you in our next video.
That is her favorite thing.
Bye.
We'll see y'all soon. Thanks for watching and listening.
Bye.